She's an actress, she's a writer, she's got a Netflix special on right now, and of course she's starring alongside Sandra Bullock in Ocean's 8. We've got her right now via satellite. Mindy Kaling, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Great to talk to you.
So Mindy, Ocean's 8 officially out today across the Middle East. This is heritage. This movie's huge.
Yeah.
It's got so much, I want to say, history behind it. When you found out you were going to be part of Ocean's 8, how was it for you?
I was so excited. I first heard about it because I was called in by Gary Ross, the director. We were meeting in a diner in Hollywood, and I thought he wanted me to do like a pass on the script or to write extra jokes for the script because I'm a writer. And then he told me he wanted me to be in it. So it was such a nice surprise.
And Ocean's 8, where is it actually set?
The movie's set in New York City, and the heist takes place at the Met Gala. And we're trying to steal a $150 million necklace.
And Mindy, what's your role in the movie?
I play a character named Amita, who is an Indian jeweler who lives with her parents still, and she has a very has a slightly hostile relationship with her mom because her mom always brings up her beautiful younger sister who got married and is yelling at my character for not getting married.
So here's a question. Have you actually ever stolen anything in real life?
Have I ever stolen anything in real life? Okay, I think I'm too much of like a good girl. I was terrified of shoplifting as a kid and was like a nice Indian girl whose parents like had to put the fear of God in them. So I have never stolen anything really.
I totally get that.
Pretty Malik is actually Indian, but from New York. Do you have a native tongue? I know that your parents are Indian. What do you speak?
Do you speak Tamil?
No, I wish I did. So I was born and raised in Boston, and my parents, they're both Indian, but they met in Africa, and my dad's from South India, so he speaks Tamil and English, and my mom speaks Bengali and English, but they met in Africa, and so they only speak English to each other. So I didn't learn any other languages, but I wish I had. So I had to learn Hindi for this movie. It was so challenging.
Ah, really?
So come on, give us some of your lines. Do you remember any of your Hindi lines?
The minute the scene ended, I was so terrified because I know there's obviously billions of the people in this world who speak Hindi, and I knew that if they saw this and the Hindi was bad, that it would be very embarrassing for me.
I get that. I understand.
It was the hardest. It was one of the most challenging things to try to perfect that accent. But the minute the scene ended, I was like out of my brain. I like completely forgot all my lines.
But you know you're going to get the Indian community going, she is Indian, she cannot speak.
I know, I really wish I did speak Hindi or Bengali. That would be so great.
So Ocean's 8, it's got a full cast, Mindy. We've got obviously Kate Blanchett, Sandra Bullock, Rihanna even starts in it. How was it working with such big names, including Sandra Bullock?
Well, I had been such a Sandy fan because I love romantic comedies, so much so that in the first episode of my TV series, my character drunkenly rides a bicycle into a pool, but while she's doing it, she screams, "I'm Sandy Bullock." So she really loomed large for me before the movie even started, so it was exciting to meet her. She's so normal. That's the thing about Sandy. I mean, besides being like stunningly gorgeous and like a mom and everything else, like she's a really normal, sweet person, like, and with like the best advice about how to raise kids. And everyone was normal. That was the thing. I mean, Rihanna is not that normal, I guess. I mean, as a person, she's very sweet, but her life isn't normal. But I was so surprised that I wasn't the only kind of normal person in the movie.
You mentioned Rihanna. Does she actually sing on set?
No singing at all. So much so that we would sing her songs to her with the hopes that she would maybe start to sing. But she was just incredibly demure and sweet. But the cool thing about working with Rihanna is you would go to your trailer after a long day and there would just be like a gift of like her like Fenty Puma creepers, like a pair of shoes. And then you'd go to set and thank her. And then 2 days later you'd go back and there'd be like a giant box of her makeup. So she was just so generous. But then when you saw her, if I was giving everything to people afterwards, I'd be like, did you see what I gave you? And try to like elicit lots of like thank yous. But she was just so generous and like didn't expect anyone to thank her. It was so unusual and nice.
That is so cool.
Well, you know what? Ocean's 8 across cinemas across the Middle East. It goes out today. Go and check it out. Once again, with us via satellite in LA, it's Mindy Kaling. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Great to talk to you guys. I want to come and see you in person.
Yeah, you got to come. Come to Dubai.
Yeah.
Come to the Middle East. We'll give you better gifts than Rihanna gave you, okay?
Okay, thank you.